Hello, I'm writing this video without a significant preparation, just online, as good as I can. Yes. So the reason is that today, 24th of March 2025, there is a 3 years passed since my wife illegally relocated my children, by fact kidnapped, yes, to Switzerland from Poland. I gave her no permission for that. I gave her no any documents for that. I was fully opposite that. I tried to block it in the airport her, but she was tricky, or she was informed by someone, and she avoided to fly from the airport. She planned, yes, and instead of that, because she know that I know here, and unfortunately she like over smarted me, yes, and she just took the children, catch the train to the Warsaw, and fly from the Warsaw to Switzerland. And upon arrival in Switzerland, she told very like false history about what's going on. And yeah, so it's a complicated story. I will it's like what happened 3 years ago, briefly. And is it possible to kidnap like children in Poland? Unfortunately, yes, very easy. I never thought that this is this way. So if you are looking this video, be careful about your children and care about them, because your wife, especially if she's from Ukraine, yes, she could easily like decide to uh, make for some very stupid benefits. Yes, make some kidnapping. Yes. So my story started 3 years ago when the war only it was the beginning of the war. So it was Bucha time. Then like it was many false accusation against the Russian that were like raping 79 years woman. They like done a lot of like kills of innocent people when they attacked this region. Yes, I don't know if it is true. Maybe partly it is really true, but the like the news was so terrible that my wife really like become mad, and not only my wife, all her family started to support her to fully break with the Russian and like move away from him in this very unpleasant moment when we prepared to relocation to Switzerland together with our children. And at some point, she decided to drop me and like take my money, take my car. Yes, and I don't need a car, but children, yes, so it's unbearable. And only like 2 days before this her spontaneous decision, yes, only 2 days before I proposed to her to save her father from the Kiev, yes, to bring him by car here in Poland, yes, where he's safe, because in Kiev was not absolutely not safe. So I tried to help her, like relatives, her father, her mother. Yes, mother. I tried to present her my new car, just to bring her in some safe place. Yes, temporary. I thought it will be ended very soon. Yes, but instead of follow to my kind proposal, they ignored everything. They told, okay, we have everything is under control here in Ukraine. We will not relocate anywhere. 2 days they came here and we tried to stole the car. I tried, which before I tried to present them, give them for free. No, we don't need it for free. We will stole it. Yes, and why we started to do that? Because it's like part of this, unfortunately, aggressive ideology, which ruled in Ukraine for many years, yes, against the Russians and against even against the European Russians. But and of course they allow it to be directed by. But I don't think it's the only reason. So we all like adult and quite reasonable, intelligent person. So following some even like beneficial ideology. It's not like it makes no sense. Yes, so we have the personal life, like family, etc., etc. I think it was another reason, and of course, I think they simply stole the money. It's my personal opinion. I do not have many facts about it, only some suspicious. But her, like the mother of my wife or ex-wife, whatever. Yes, she worked as an accountant in some quite big company for a few thousand of uh, employees, and it was agricultural holding or whatever. Yes, and in those days, of course, owners were like were in Europe. No one controlled everything, so it was some mess, and it wasn't easy like to to do some transactions, yes, uncontrolled, etc., etc. So maybe she done before. So this time she decided to disappear, and she never get back to Ukraine anymore. Even if 2 days before she told, no, 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 everything is stable. I will stay in Ukraine. 2 days, he's here in Poland. She's helping her. Her daughter to put me in jail without any reason. Yes, and so I try to help, of course, Ukrainians because like we innocent people. We don't. It's like terrible things which happened 3 years ago with the beginning of the war. So Poland was overcrowded with the homeless Russian-speaking people. Yes, and everyone we like try to help them. Yes, and many millions uh, many millions of people were saved here, Poland, at the beginning of the war. Yes, and thanks to Poland for all support and for all very good things they done for simple Ukrainians, simple Polish people helped simple Ukrainians. It was like a miracle uh, of what a real human could do. Yes, and without any planned budget, etc. So we tried to help everywhere Ukrainians, and yeah, it was like terrible time, but at the same time, I'm very proud for Poland of what we have done during these days. They are heroes, really heroes. Yes, but my wife and so. And one family traveled from the bombing from Kharkov to somewhere in Sweden, and they like had nothing, absolutely nothing. So, and we agreed with my wife preliminary that we will buy for this family some clothes, give them some personal money, some like some very stupid things, some like minimally minimally needed sum of money and just some place of living, yes, temporary for 5 days here in a hostel, yes, cheapest hostel. And what she was done, she perfectly was aware about all our agreements about that we are helping. She is from Ukraine. We are helping Ukrainians, yes. But instead of following our agreement, she decided to start her like scandal game, yes, and she blamed me in that like I sleep with the person from unknown city whom I never saw, etc., etc. So it and she yes, she started her scandal. He tried to kill herself. I stopped her. Like she go to police. She told in the police that I like home violence. I beat her like 5 years. It's very like stupid. Sorry for all this like terrible things. Pronounce it aloud, but it's how it was. Yes, and she told that home violence, violence against the children, like whatever. She told everything that everything which came to her mind. She generated, she cried, she played like a victim. And she spent approximately half of a day in police, try to invent and cry and invent new ways. She don't absolutely care about her travel to Switzerland. She was not really care about her children. She spent many hours with two children. Yes. Just trying to ensure them that I'm able. I need to be put in jail. Yeah, that's how it was. Yes, and at the end, she invented the new reason. So I was actually the spy, Russian spy, and yes, she like was aware that I done some spying on like Russia, etc., etc. Yes, of course, yes, and it and maybe it worked, maybe not. I don't know, but they like told her, okay, now please relax and get back to your house. She came back to house, and instead of and like conclude a piece, yes, with me, she stopped to talk with me. She blocked me. She stole my documents, keys. She stole keys from flat, blocked my banking card, so made a homeless from me in one day. Yes, and without money, without everything, without chance to survive. Yes, and she many days police tried to negotiate with her and give him like money, give him his belonging, give him he need to work. He has a laptop. Yes, he's IT specialist. Yes, he need to work remotely. Yes, give him his belongings. No, nothing. And she gave everything on the last day when she was in Gdansk, and after that, I was not aware to where my pure children are. I constantly asked about it, and I opened it against her. In Gdansk court, I opened a lawsuit to regulate the contact with my children, but unfortunately, this lawsuit didn't progress for 3 years. Yes, that's why I'm recording this video. It's insane what's going on. Yes, so it's like not bureaucracy. It's like super like against me bureaucracy. Yes, and for 3 years I do not have any normal regulated contacts with my children. Yes, and getting back to those days. Yes, so her mother suddenly decided not to stay in Ukraine, appeared in Poland, meet with me. She don't want to meet with me in a flat because she she intended to make criminal things. She intended to steal the car which I owned. Yes, she had the keys. She was afraid to because I was near the car. I observed this car day and night. I knew that next hit from these bandits will be in this car because it is expensive. It's new. They will like to steal it, and in the night from 19th to 20th of March 2022, they like many times try to invite me for some meetings everywhere, not only not near the car. So, but at last, I told them directly. So, guys, you are invented all these problems. We could talk during the phone. Yes, real reason why you are telling this is that you are trying to steal my car, and everyone was aware about that. Yes, and but like Ukrainians relatives are really mad. So they like met with me instead of come to some peace or like even try to negotiate the fact they already had a plan to steal everything from me. So we just followed this plan and ignored it, like all discussions or everything, ignore it. After we stopped to talk, so about what we should talk, they ignored it. I bring my pardon for if I somehow hurt them, etc., etc. No, it's not this problem. Problem is that we want to steal everything from you, and we are very proud that we have done these days. Yes, still 3 years passed. No excuses, no contacts with me. No, and those days they we spoke in like 100 meters from my car, in the nearest buildings. Yes, when I get back to my car, of course, we stole it during this like 15, 20, 30 minutes, and they blocked me immediately in all like social networks, phones, WhatsApps, everywhere. So I was not able even to call them and ask them why you have done it and where is my car. I wrote them, like I SMSed them, no, and they thought to steal my car. Yes. After that, still flat, still children, still all money. We were successful in everything except the car, fortunately. Yes, and moved to Switzerland. And in Switzerland, uh, they told some falsified story that a homeless alcoholic from Russia, uh, not a highly paid IT specialist, excuse me, like was so aggressive, was so for many years. So she is tired from me, and she decided to just like start a new life. And like Swiss Russians, we have all bandits and aggressives, that. Yeah, and she try to ensure everyone around in the Switzerland about this bullshit, yes, and about all this lie, yes, and uh, I tried to stop her here in Poland. I knew that she had tickets on a flight from this night from 23rd to 24th from the airport in Gdansk to Warsaw, to the capital of the Poland. But uh, instead of go to her plan, she understood that I knew she will fly, and maybe special services of Poland helped her, or like police who like monitored location of my phone. I don't know. Maybe she just oversmarted me, and when I came to airport, tried to catch her, stop her with my children, do not allow my children to leave the Poland, leave the city. She suddenly decided to. She lied me previously that no, I will stay in Gdansk, but of course she will not stay. Yes, everything is clear. Her plan is absolutely clear. It's a like bandit plan to steal everything and start from scratch in new country. Because I don't know German, and she is in a German-speaking canton. Yes, and instead of like someone informed her that I in airport. She didn't move to the airport. She definitely reached the Switzerland, mm, like very creatively, and I don't know why she made this decision. If like someone helped her or not, yeah. But unfortunately, many people believed in this story, yes, and many people like lied, even especially lied, helped her to lie because which is beneficial for them. She paid everyone my money, which she stole from me. Yes, she paid to her friends, yes, and to everyone. And now 3 years passed, and what's happened for these 3 years? Why? So yeah, some aggressive decision to steal the children. Yes, she made. Her family supported her fully, like to break absolutely with the Russian, to steal everything from him successfully. Yes, even if I tried to present them, no, present not counted. We need to steal it. Yes, and they stole it. Yes, and uh, why? So she made it. It's absolutely clear. Propaganda, ideology, anti-Russian, and of course benefits, and of course some and of course mm, And of course, a deep wish to harm significantly me. And now my children are living with some unknown people in unknown place. Yes, it's like when we don't speak Russian and Polish anymore. Yeah, we previously speak English a little bit, yes, but she banned all languages to avoid to have contact with me. I was blocked many months for the children. Yes, she blocked fully any contacts with me. She do not care about them really significantly. She do not read the books them on the night. She don't love children as she's told. It's just some, like war achievement, and that's it for her. And she's still a member of some nationalist groups, yes, pro-Ukrainians. She's still my children had to speak only German, and I mastered my German to A2, B1 level approximately, yes. And in the last 3 years, I made more than 100 travels to Switzerland. Yes, it's absolutely. It was at some temporary meetings arranged for 3 hours, like once per 2 weeks, and every 2 weeks, so maybe once per month. Yes, I had to travel to Switzerland, one day there, one day inside, one day back. Yeah, sometimes even without a normal sleep, and sometimes it was absolutely like mess. Yes, and to meet with my children for 3 hours, it's madness. Yes, so 3 years passed. Temporary decision still actual. They are like or corrupted person, or they also very aggressive against the Russians. Yes, they do not have any judgment, normal judgment in this country, in this particular Baden city. Yes, or Wittingen, where they relocated. So initially, she lived in Baden because she organized a lot of the scandals. She lied like a mad. Yes, so you came in to talk with her or to like to the birthday of your children, yes, um, and suddenly she's calling to police and tell, okay, here is a aggressive bandit. He is pursuing me. He's stalking me. He is like a danger for me. La 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 la. And she made like one, two, three, five. She made 20 accusations. On the 20 accusations, someone from police is tired from that, and he said, okay, let's start some deal against him. Yes, and from nothing I have one like deal against me. After next year, next deal against me. After a few years, more deal against me, etc., etc. So she's just doing a mass spamming. She's proposing the money to everyone. She's crying. She's like a playing an actress, like as she can. Yes, etc., etc. But because like she had good enough German, yes, but very absence of a brain at the same time. So she is stupidly just crying and whining and like doing, playing the role of the victim, etc. And uh, if in Poland everything was clear that it's a lie, she's trying to steal the money, yes, here, there in Switzerland, it was allowed to change the personal data of my somehow change the personal data, block contacts with me, block a language, block access to informally. It's absolutely not legal. Everything which was done, which was not legal. But she's reaching the like local society with her problems of local society of Vatican City, and she told them that I do not have any parental permissions. It was like, no, I have full parental permissions. But each time, like I came there, they told me, no, you do not have parental permissions. I'm trying to show them the decision of the court that it was no any limitation for any parental permissions here. Yes, but no, you do not have a parental permissions. Why? Yes, and like she is lying to everyone. So I'm with this speech, with this video recording, I am fixating the facts that she is doing dozens of false accusations against me in the last 3 years. She blocked my contacts. She falsified the personal data. She done a lot of violence against my children. I have footsteps of violence everywhere, on the hands, here, everywhere. And uh, um, she told some false story, which like never happened. And this false story, it was like my payment was like twice on 50% more always than her payment. Yes, and suddenly at the beginning of the war, so Switzerland gave her like crazy money for her. Yes, and of course she thought that okay, so and okay, and I will like demonstratively like reject now all what we shared previously. Yes, and like, and I will start everything from scratch, and I will lie about the past as it will be more beneficial for me. So, and yes, and the worst thing that they learned my children against me. So uh, tell them how to like interact with me badly, how like they invented some false story about me, like they blocked contacts with me. Yes, so and it's very this kidnapping, it goes in very bad situation. And I am doing this recording just for history. They tried to attack me 3 times with Ukrainian relatives, so I could die any moment. Yes, so I'm doing this recording just in case to ask Polish court and inform the society of Poland and Gdansk, yes, about what like terrible things could be organized by this Anna Zikin, yes, and her Shemchuk relatives, yes, who constantly helped her in these crimes, yes. How tricky they are, yes, and be careful about your children, yes. If even if you live like 5 years and one day war syndrome could happen, and like a person could become mad, yes, and try to and will start to make more crimes against like without any reason against his or her family, yes. And what happened, yes. So my children lost one father by fact. So she tried to call some man. So here she had one man, another man, like some one of her men. Yes, you. She tried to call him father. I to struggle against that. I go into a court. I complained on that. She stopped the coffee, but her intentions are pretty clear. Now she falsified the data. She tell everyone that like yeah, she's the only parent, yes, and I don't care about the children, etc., yes, and but it's a lie. So I spent more than $1,000 during the last 3 years to keep a context, to fight against all her accusations, yes, and to help my children, yes, to survive all these tragical years. Imagine you are a small 7 years girl. You speak previously, like before 5 years, you speak Russian, Polish. You had no any problems. Yes. Now they by force drop you to another country, started to beat you, like lie you about the father, like lie you about like doing some psychical violence against you. Yes, you do not understand everyone around. You do not allow to freely walk everywhere. They are forcefully keep my children in the house many hours without any like outside sport, etc. Yes, and you do not understand this language, and you have to. You previously learned Polish, Russian, and it's very complicated languages. And now you have to learn German without your like. Russian, English, everything's verboten. Yes, not allowed. Yes, anymore. They beat my children for using their native languages. So they are trying to do crime against the human like permissions and human rights of my children many years, and no one stopped them. So I'm recording this video to explain that these 3 years has passed. I didn't give up, and I will never give up. And maybe with the growing, maybe with the years. My children are still alive, yes, and if a situation will happen, they will alive, and I will have anyway. So I will explain them everything, and I will take care about them anywhere. Um, I will not allow my children to be stolen, yes, and kidnapped. And one day, all these Ukrainians who was involved in this crime and this kidnapping, they will pay for that.